Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60andMe. Thanks so much for being here. Hope that all is well in your world. I hope that your life is filled with some joy and sparkle and pleasure, that you're enjoying this time in your life. And I want to thank you all for being here, for showing up and giving me the support that you do. Thanks for being kind to each other too, and please keep the conversations going. It's what we are trying to build here at 60andMe as a community. So it's been a really exciting couple of weeks for me. I have welcomed a new grandson into my life. My son and my daughter-in-law have just had another little baby. And of course, Nathan and Lena are my partners here in 60andMe. So we are the three that make this all happen. And of course, they've been very excited and busy now with their new son. And I've had a lot of time to spend with my other grandson, who's their first son, Max, who's 2 years old, and rediscover the wonder of childhood. He is so full of energy. He is learning 10 words a day. Just his little brain is just, in hyper speed. And it's just been a really beautiful, couple of weeks to welcome this new grandson. His name is Marvel, and he is going to be the most beautiful child. He's a sweetheart already. And, for those of you who are grandparents, you know what this does to you. It fills you with joy, but it also makes you kind of re-look at yourself and whether you've got that same curiosity and that same wonder for life. Now, I've got a cup of tea this morning. I'm drinking in a beautiful little cup that I inherited in my new home I'm staying in, and it's just gorgeous. I love these kinds of cups, very delicate, and it's hibiscus and cinnamon. It's my one of my favorite turmeric teas. But I hope you got a cup of tea or coffee, because I want to talk about getting the sparkle back in your life. Now, one of our bloggers, Marcia Smalley, wrote this article, and I was inspired by it because everything she mentions, she gives, I think, 5 or 6 things to help you bring back that joy in your life, that joy of as a child. And they all resonated with me. So hopefully some of them will connect with you, and you'll get some ideas on how to, bring that childlike nature, that wonderful wonder for life back into your world. So, of course, we feel grateful. We've managed to live to 60 plus years old. I mean, that in itself is a gift. But maybe we've just got a little bit into a routine, a little bored with the things that we do, and kind of just slipping into patterns that are the same old, and getting a little bit bored, not with just the world, but with ourselves. So there's things you can do, and it's pretty simple, straightforward things. Now, the first thing very much connects to what I'm doing in my life, actually with a new sister site I'm going to be developing called Simplify Your Life. And this is about organizing, not so much simplifying and downsizing to the point of exclusion, but it's just, in Marcia's suggestion, finding one little corner of your house, one little place that needs organizing. And after my recent move, I've been doing this almost every day. And it really is a cool journey to take a small box of pictures, box of things, and just start organizing them. Because in that organizing, you see things, maybe again for the first time. Maybe you look at a box and, wow, I haven't looked at that in a really long time, but it brings you joy. So, and of course, then you can do some discarding if you think it's a bit too much. But most of the time, you find things that you love. So sort out a few things, let some things go, and just find things that resonate with you. Now, another thing that she suggests is to create something. And you don't have to be like an artist or a magnificent craftsman or woman. Just do something with paints, with coloring books, with paper, with ribbons, with whatever you've got hanging around. Just make something, like put a bow around a bunch of flowers, or create a little corner with like a little design of dried flowers if you're not so good with real flowers. Use your camera. Go out into the world and take some pictures. Choose a theme. When I actually go out walking or, on a trip, I always take my little phone, my camera, because I like taking pictures of doors. Doors are my thing. Maybe windows, or you can take pictures of cats or whatever ever you love, but create something. That's a really, really powerful thing to do. Magazines. I have a few, in fact, it was just reminded me yesterday, Max was over here with me and we were playing with his trains and all of his little toys. And then he came into my room where I put, I do my videos, and he found this pile of magazines. And a 2-year-old, he sat down and started looking at the magazines. And they were just women's magazines and crafts and paper. And he got joy from just that, simple visual delight. So the next thing, hello color, bye-bye, bland. And that's what Marcia talks about. Just adding a spot of color to your clothes. I'm actually wearing something quite plain today. I didn't even think about it, but it's, put a red rose here. Maybe that would be something to do. Or, use your creativity in making a cushion, or even I've done this before, taking some material and just like folding a band around your cushion. Like not actually covering the whole cushion, but just like, here's your cushion, put a band around the middle and just put a sparkle of flowers or color. Use your scarves, tie them up around you, put them on, wear your colorful things, and just suddenly start looking through, eyes of a child. It reminds me, actually, I wanted to chat about you. I'll go through the other things in a minute, but I wanted to remind you about our deck of cards, our Aging Beautifully cards. These are back in stock now, and they're really lovely. There's 46 of them. They're beautiful illustrated cards that have lovely pictures on the front, and then in the back, a little message. And the message kind of represents the theme that we're trying to develop. But there's one card, I discovered it again today, and it's this one, which is embrace your inner child. And this is such a great message because it says here, like when we're children, we love to explore. We learn, we want to grow, and then when we get older, we get kind of into routines, and we have an opportunity in our 60s to reconnect with our inner child. To do things where you ask questions. It says here, look over there. Let's go. Why? Those are all good questions, and let your inner child come out. I think that's a really cool message. And if you're interested in the cards, you'll find the link below, or just send me a note and I'll send it to you. But it's really, I think, it's one of the few things that we offer that we charge for. But I think you'll find that based on the feedback, a lot of people love these cards. They're using them in groups with women. They're using them with friends as conversation starters. And I just think they're pretty interesting. I put my heart and soul into this project, and I'm really grateful that so many people love them. So that's the cards. Now, back to what Marcia was saying about bringing sparkle back into your life. So it's color. Color was the last thing I said. Just do whatever you can to bring a pop of color into your world. And the other thing, which relates to this card in a way, is go outside and play. Do you remember when you were kids? Your mom would always say, just go outside and play, Margaret. And she'd just shuffle you out the door. And it was like, she didn't know what you were going to do, but it was whatever. It was going to be okay, because playing outside is like the closest thing you can connect to a child. And even if you're an adult, you see things for the first time again, and it's just amazing to learn from Mother Nature. I just love going out for walks. And, sometimes it's just the thing you need to relieve boredom, because you see people, animals, dogs walking, people talking, kids playing. The trees have changed, the flowers are blooming. It's just a whole new kind of thing. Now, I'm not trying to be like Miss Preachy here, like, you've got to see the wonder of life and everything, because when you're in the middle of stuff, I know, trust me, I know how distracting it can be to be going inside rather than outside. But try it, walking outside really does help. Another thing that she recommends, I think this is the last one here, is to actually have an afternoon adventure. It doesn't have to be on, to an exotic place. It doesn't have to be taking a flight somewhere or a train. It can just be walking to a little cafe, or walking a different way home, or taking a little snack, thermos of coffee, a little sandwich, and going somewhere, sitting on a bench and just watching the world. I actually did this yesterday. I went to Luzern, which is a town near me. And I always like to just be conscious of what I spend my money on. And so I thought, well, I'll take a thermos of coffee and I'll take a cheese sandwich. And I picked up a little bar of my favorite Swiss chocolate on the way. And so I had, 3 little things to nibble. And I just sat by the water. There's a river, or kind of a river that goes through Luzern from the mountains. And it's very gushing and vibrant and full. And I just sat there and ate my sandwich, drank my coffee, and then got back on the bus and came home. But that's the kind of afternoon thing. It doesn't need to be a big deal. It can just be something that's fun and just makes you think and see the world a little differently. So I've rambled on here, 5 things that you can do to bring sparkle and joy back into your life. Take the steps one at a time. Just baby steps. If you haven't been out for a while, you're feeling a bit isolated and lonely, just go slow. Just take one step at a time. And if you are full of energy, then just do something adventurous. And just make sure that this is a time of your life where you're creating memories for you and for your family and friends too. So lots to think about. I hope that you had a good day today. Tell me what you do when boredom strikes. What do you do when boredom sneaks into your life and you feel like, I have to do something? What do you do? So thanks again for being here, everybody. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and please leave your comments in the section below. Share with us how you de-stress and get boredom out of your life, and whether any of these ideas appeal to you. And we'll talk again very, very soon. Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.